Hi and welcome to today's video. In this video, we will take a look at the latest Arsenal news. We will be discussing their potential striker problem with Jesus out, look at updates regarding the Mykhaylo Mudryk saga, discuss which Arsenal players might be heading to other clubs in January, players on outgoing contracts and potential other transfer targets to look out for in the January market. Firstly, we have already done a video on 5 potential strikers that Arsenal could sign in January to stand in for Jesus and add to our squad depth. So make sure to check it out if you haven't already and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Furthermore, Arteta and his guys do not want to allow a short-term problem to get in the way of their long-term squad building plans. This means that they are not necessarily prioritising a striker at the moment, as the focus seems to be on a player that provides cover and competition on the flanks. As everybody should know by now, Arsenal's main target in this position is Mykhaylo Mudryk. As reported by acknowledged journalists like David Ornstein and Charles Watts, Arsenal made an initial offer worth up to €65 million for the 21-year-old winger, which was rejected by Shakhtar. The offer included €40 million upfront and an additional €25 million in potential add-ons. However, Shakhtar's CEO Serhii Palkin has stated that the club is expecting a fee as high as €100 million for Mudryk. At the time of making this video, Arsenal have made an improved offer of £62 million for Mudryk, but Palkin seems to be unwilling to negotiate on the price at the moment. In addition, Chelsea have also expressed their interest in the Ukrainian, and Serhii Palkin is reportedly in London to hold talks over a possible Chelsea transfer. Arsenal are still ahead though, as Mudryk seems to favour them based on his Instagram posts and interview with Vladar Zinchenko. Another focus for the club has been to extend the contracts of talented youngsters like Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli and William Saliba. A new contract for Martinelli seems to be nearing, with several acknowledged journalists claiming a contract extension is right around the corner. As for William Saliba, The Athletic recently reported that Arsenal have activated the option to tie both Saka and Saliba to the club for an extra year until 2024. However, they will have to up his salary at some point to keep him at the club in the long term. Next topic. Who, if anyone, could be heading to other clubs in January? Considering their already slim squad, it would be a big shock to Arsenal fans if they allowed any first-team players to leave in January. However, there may be 1 or 2 departures from the fringes of the team. One player who has been linked with a move away is Cedric, the Portuguese right-back. With competition from Ben White and Takehiro Tomiyasu for playing time, Cedric has found it difficult to secure first-team opportunities. Fulham have been rumoured as a potential destination, and while there has not yet been a formal offer for his services, it's possible that Cedric could move to another Premier League club in order to stay in London and continue his career in English football. Another far more unlikely one is Ben White. Recently, rumours have appeared on Twitter that Pep Guardiola has Ben White as an alternative for the fullback position if Man City fail to bring their main target Gvardiol to the Etihad. Seems unrealistic at the moment though, and we're yet to see any reliable journalists mention it. Over to the last topic of the video though, which other players could Arsenal be looking at in the January market? Mohammed Kudus is one of the more obvious answers after his performances in the 2022 World Cup, along with players like Vlahovic, who they tried to sign in last year's January window, and Thuram, who has also been in their sights for a while. However, there is another French international that might be an alternative: Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani made a strong impact at the World Cup, scoring in the semi-final against Morocco and almost being the hero in the final with a strong performance against Argentina. What makes Kolo Muani particularly appealing for Arsenal is his versatility as a forward. He is comfortable playing both out wide and through the middle, making him a multi-functional option for the club. This is the type of versatile player that Mikel Arteta would love to have in his squad. Of course, as with any transfer, there are no guarantees, and it's ultimately up to Arsenal to decide if Kolo Muani is the right fit for the club. Also, he only joined Frankfurt this past summer on a free transfer from Nantes, but it's worth noting that the Germans probably would consider offers that would enable them to turn a swift and substantial profit on him, so it's not totally unrealistic. That concludes this video. Who do you think we should sign in the January window, and what do you think about this kind of content? Let us know in the comment section down below, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel.